refugee of Laos, Aiddy Phomvisay is a picture of resilience in the midst of crisis and change. Even with his father's status as a captain in the U.S. Army Special Forces, his family was displaced to a refugee camp in Thailand under deplorable conditions. As a very young boy, Aiddy arrived in small-town Iowa to begin a new life, and was blessed with the support and kindness of a few very special strangers.
Well, it's a blessing. I mean, that's the word that I'll say in the describing of coming to America and to Iowa, but in particular our small town of Alta, Iowa. It was almost like iconic childhood. We knew we were different, speaking a different language, different foods, but the people of Alta really, the vast majority of them welcomed us and embraced us, and it was because of the leadership that was there with Al and Marie Schneck, the pastors of the First United Methodist Church and that congregation back in 1979, and helping us, have a transition home, teachers volunteering to paint that home, food, baskets of fresh fruit. At that time, we thought apples were exotic, even though we came from an exotic tropical country. But as always, in times of change and transition, but especially the post-Vietnam period and the mass immigration of Southeast Asian refugees, due to the compassion and the leadership of Governor Ray, and churches like the First United Methodist Church volunteering to sponsor Southeast Asians, but in particular Laotians and Thai Dams to Iowa. Not everybody was welcoming and accepting, and because I think it was out of fear.
Aiddy's parents instilled in him the value of servant leadership, something he champions daily in his work as principal of Marshalltown High School, and as a leader of anti-bullying efforts in his community.
We're the microcosm of the United States of America. We are changing so rapidly, and the only positive population growth in the state of Iowa are newcomers, and we should embrace that. And they contribute, annually over $8 billion of revenue into our economy. Many small business owners are newcomers in our own community. You can see that, the grocery stores, the bakeries and the eateries. That's the American spirit, and it's living out every single day in our communities. It is such an amazing story of what a community can do when we all pull together and we have that common values, core common values, that being accepting and welcoming and loving and caring is not only good for business, good for education, but good for the quality of life that we want for all of our children, all of our families in our community. So we're really proud of that work and honored to have the national recognition that we have.
In 2014, Aiddy was recognized as Secondary Principal of the Year by the School Administrators of Iowa. No matter the audience or situation, he's also known for his ability to come alongside others and teach the value of diversity and understanding.
Well, when Aiddy first told me about his story and how he came to be in the U.S., I was really intrigued by the fact that he didn't seem to harbor any ill will about that, and didn't view that as a negative in his life. Rather, he was very inspiring in talking about it in a way that was motivational, and really a story about how you can come from any type of background and live your dreams. And he's really been an exemplary model of that in his life, where he has taken it upon himself to continue to further his education and to aspire to be a role model for the youth that he interacts with as an educator and administrator.
To know that we have communities, not only in Marshalltown, Ames, West Des Moines, all over across this great state, who value diversity and know that it is a benefit to our community and a benefit to our state. But we have to be very intentional in providing that education, providing those exposure activities. All these community leaders are so influential, but we all carry the same message, that the quality of life in Marshalltown is only as good as our schools, is only as welcoming as our city, and trying to attract new families and new businesses to our community, that this is important work, and just be so honored to work with them but to know that the Iowa International Center supports this work and all across our great state, and to be able to use this Marshalltown story to further recruit families and businesses to our community. Again, it's a great honor and a great privilege to work with those individuals.
The Iowa International Center is proud to welcome Aiddy as a Passport to Prosperity honoree for his work in building cultural tolerance and understanding in Iowa and living a success story that will inspire generations.